Hmm. Hello there, I'm the Quiet Young Link, and welcome back to Skyward Sword HD. Now, last episode, or video, we left off after saving Gorko. Now we're gonna go and hunt down some Kikwis. He's gonna tell me about how if I have a specific amiibo, I'll be able to make this baby game an even easier to play game. But since I don't have that amiibo, it's just annoying. I should have just disabled the amiibo option, but I'm too lazy to do that, so I didn't. Anyway, moving on, we're gonna skip this cutscene and just go straight to where we need to go. Now we're gonna do a cool little trick to deal with these guys, and it's called running away and charging a Skyward Strike. And just like that, they're both dead. And we can talk to this guy. This guy is going to accuse us of being a monster and run away, and that's a good choice for him to run away since I'm kind of in the mood for a salad, and he did just call me a monster, which is pretty rude. So he should run away. It's the only safe bet for him after what he just did. But in all seriousness, I'm actually going to go after him because we need to clear up this misunderstanding that I'm a bad guy. Although, technically speaking, I am kind of a bad guy. But that's just because I'm playing this video game. I have a lot of traumatic experiences with this game due to playing through the Wii version, so I have a lot of aggression to take out on this. So I am basically the bad guy. I'm going to kill him because he had his eyes on my prey in that cutscene, and I don't like that, so... Then it saves me a little bit of effort later, when I have to come through this area again. Spoiler alert. We're going to talk about this Zelda person that I don't know anything about, and don't care about either, and how she may or may not be here, but I don't really care, so I'm skipping through all this dialogue. What? I didn't even touch him, but okay, that's fine. I don't need the health anyway, I'm good at this video game. Anyway, let's see if I'm lucky this time. Unfortunately, I'm not. Sometimes there's an amber relic that spawns there in that little tunnel here area. And I call it the lucky amber relic. Unfortunately, we don't get to see the lucky amber relic today. I call it the lucky amber relic because the chances of it spawning are actually rather slim. Either that or I'm just unlucky. Either way, we're gonna kill him because he looked at me funny. We're gonna kill that guy since he's in the way. Normally you would talk to this guy, but I'm not going to. We're gonna free this fairy because I feel bad that's in whatever that fruit is supposed to be. And it couldn't escape otherwise. That little trick is really good since it will automatically put me in just the right position to slice down all of the bombs that are attached to the rope. Balancing on that tightrope is extremely easy with button controls, by the way. Unlike in the Wii version. Anyway, we're introduced to this guy who has a horn, but I don't really care. I'm just gonna walk forward with reckless abandon and kill them. And unfortunately, my trick there didn't work. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Anyway, we're gonna knock this guy off a tree. Thank goodness he's dead. Oh wait, just kidding. There's only one single Kikwi I care about, and he's coming up. Anyway, we're gonna climb up here. We're gonna knock this down, even though I probably don't need to. But it's just to be safe, because everyone knows there's gonna be a silent realm later, and I don't want to deal with having to go all the way around. Anyways, we stored up this Skyward Strike just in case this guy got in the way, but since he didn't, I'll leave him be. It's completely random where he'll be at that point, so I always charge it up just in case. Anyway, I'm gonna cut this grass. Dude, just give up. Your cover's already blown. Anyway, we're gonna move on to this guy over here, who is honestly my favorite of the Kikwis, other than the big guy, of course. Just because of the noises the big guy makes, he's my favorite. Anyway, he's down here, and the reason why he's my favorite is because he's got this amazing mohawk, and his name is Ulu. Ulu is just fun to say, so he's my favorite. Anyway, that's the last of the Kikwis you need to find, so now we just gotta go all the way back around. And as you can see, we're back in this area. We did a complete circle. And now we go back up here. Anyway, we're just gonna go back around. And talk to this guy. We're gonna say others like you, because if we choose the Zelda option, he's gonna actually give us more dialogue, which is too slow, so I'm gonna ignore it. Because I don't actually even care about Zelda in the first place, so asking him about that is not only a waste of time, but also not important to me. Anyway, he's gonna give us the slingshot, and we're gonna be needing that for later on in this video. Let's see if I can knock down this vine real quick. There we go. This gives you some unique dialogue that I will allow to be played just because it's funny. This guy's gonna tell us... Normally he tells us to knock this rope down, but since we already did, he gets confused and says, huh? And I think that's funny. And then he explains how to use it anyway, even though we already used it to knock down that vine. He's a bit of a jerk. And we're actually going to go over here instead of along the path because it's quicker. As you can see, we can just go over here. Now this guy doesn't actually follow us up these second flight of stairs, so I don't have to worry about him. Even if he does notice me. We're going to grab these just to get this dialogue out of the way. Now we're going to return to the sky because I want to buy some things. From Beedle's shop, because that's why I have all this money. If you watched the previous video, you'd know that I did that to buy some things at Beedle's shop. Anyway, we're gonna go over here so that we land on the bazaar area. There are multiple loading zones in this area. Okay, I can never really tell where the group is going to be. You'd think I'd figure it out by now after all this time playing the game, but I don't know. I'm just not bothered enough. Anyway, here we're gonna find the many people's favorite character, Beedle. Just because of the noises he makes, he's my favorite too. As you can see, he's kind of funny. Anyway, this is why we needed the money. We wanted ourselves to get this net for later, because it'll make my life easier if I have it. And we're going to actually grab this, and we're going to buy another one of these so that we can carry more money. Because I'll be doing stuff with money later. Anyway, we're going to roll into this void and somehow bonk onto it. And then flip back into it immediately so that we can buy another rupee pouch. You're welcome. Anytime, Beedle. Anyway, we're gonna go back out here. We're gonna switch back over to the slingshot. And we're gonna immediately go back to the forest. The reason why I get the bug net now is because there is a specific bug that only spawns in this Pharaoh area that I want to get in order to do some upgrades later. And I don't want to come back to this area later, so I'm getting it now. Now, if we just go to this hole, it'll automatically boot us out. Now we get to choose where we want to go, and we're going to choose this viewing platform, because that's where we need to be. Anyway, moving on. We're just going to do 1, 2, and 3, and then we'll make it. We're going to cut this to get more, and then we're going to just go into this next area. As you can see, everyone's favorite flamboyant demon lord is still here. I don't care about Zelda, so I'm going to swap this over. We're going to do a little trick where we can kill this guy before he actually calls his buddies, which is super nice. I don't like dealing with extra problems. I'm going to deal with this guy. Normally you would use the hook, the slingshot, but I'm going to use the Skyward strike, because that instantly kills all the bees as well, and now I don't have to deal with them. Super useful, and more convenient this way. And you don't get interrupted by this guy over here. This guy's annoying. I'm gonna kill this guy to save ourselves some issues. And then we're immediately gonna go around. And now we're gonna shoot this guy. And now, as you can see, we're gonna use this trick again, which gets rid of all the bombs. And then we hold another one and do a stab attack so that we kill him instantly. And then we go across the rope again. Yes, you can use stamina to go faster on this rope. Now, I'd like to see the view, just to get some health back real quick. I don't really need to, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I always miss this rope the first time. I don't know why I'm so bad at grabbing this rope. And, okay, sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. I guess I'll just play it safe, and, okay, or not. I guess I'll just play recklessly. Never mind. Anyway, in order to avoid some dialogue, we're just gonna do this. As you can see, somehow I teleported over here, despite not being very close. And we only have to deal with this little bit of dialogue right here, which is nice. Anyway, I'm going to roll down this log for future use, because we will be coming back to this temple. And I'm going to do something funny, but it isn't actually faster. You can activate this cutscene despite falling into a void. And after it's done, as you can see, you get to see that funny little thing. It's not faster, but I do it anyway because it's funny, like I said before. Anyway, normally there is a what we need in here. Nope, there's not. In here maybe? Nope. Alright, my next guess is over here. If it's not over here, I guess I'll just get it later maybe. I really hope it's over here though. It is not. There's also a chance that it's on the opposite end, so I'll check that real quick. And if not, I guess I'll just go into the dungeon. It appears one did not spawn, so I will just move on. I missed, that's unfortunate. But we're gonna go into this dungeon real quick. We're gonna skip this cutscene since it's just Link walking downstairs. Anyway, now we're gonna quickly do this dungeon. Shouldn't be too hard. Rolling through those will automatically make you escape from it if you get caught. As you can see. Anyway, instead of doing this puzzle, I'm just going to shoot through all these real quick. Sometimes I can get it first try, other times I hit the Deku Baba. But you don't actually have to cut down those trees or even deal with the Deku Baba at all. So I'm just going to do that. Now we're going to be introduced to this interesting enemy where you just wiggle your sword around and for some reason it dies. Which is kind of funny, but it's really easy to deal with, so. Now you can actually just ignore all of this stuff. Just do a little roll if you get one stuck on you. I'm going to kill this guy real quick, and then I'm going to go down here. Shoot this switch here so that it opens up this door. I'm gonna go in the door, and I'm actually, instead of moving forward, I'm gonna hold up a Skyward strike so that I can kill this guy. We're gonna shoot the farther one first and then this one. Now, just to be safe, because I sometimes miss. That was a little iffy. Now, this is something interesting. If you use a Skyward strike, you can just walk through the web for some reason, which is kind of funny, and a lot easier than trying to roll through it. We're going to activate this switch to raise the water levels, which is kind of interesting since this is the Earth Temple, kind of. Anyway, we're just going to walk through this web too, because Link just does not care about physics, or what the game mechanics are. Now we're going to go over here. This crystal is so much easier to get than the other one, that's why I do that room first. Since if we activated this water level over here first, it would have made us have to swim to the switch, instead of just using our slingshot. Anyway, we're going to roll through this one too. We're just going to jump down immediately, go in this hole, and we're going to set up over here and shoot it from this area. That way we can be closer to the vines and immediately grab onto them. For some reason, some kind of creature dies here. I don't know what. To this day, I didn't really remember any. We just kind of roll through that web, which is nice. Anyway, all of that just so that we can get a key and move on to the actual area of the dungeon. I missed, which is unfortunate, but we can always try again by doing this. This is a spider friend. I'm not going to bother dealing with him because he's not very much of a threat. Even if he latches onto you, you can just wiggle him off. And here's the enemy that often causes me the most trouble. Luckily, I managed to do it without taking any damage. This is hero mode after all, so if that guy even touches me, I'll probably just die from it. No, that's not true. It'll do 2 hearts of damage. Anyway, this is what we came here for. We grab the key, we leave. And then we go over this way. Land on the log, go over this way. And now all of this effort just so we can go into this one room. We're gonna get a beautiful cutscene of Link just looking around and this structure here. Don't even know why that cutscene exists, I'll be honest. But it's cool, I guess. It's unskippable too, which is fun. Anyway, here we're gonna fight the mini-boss of the dungeon, which is a Stalfos, I believe. As you're gonna see, he's gonna block in 2 different directions, but I don't care about that, because I'm just gonna do this instead. And just like that, he's dealt with. I just stand on where the treasure chest will spawn, and now I have to wait for it to register me being able to open it. As you can see, you're supposed to swing in a specific direction because he blocks in the other 2 directions. But you can just do it like that, it's quicker. Now we're going to immediately use this Beedle we just got. Oh, that was awkward. I couldn't really see where I was going, but luckily I've played this game enough to know what I need to do. Now the only thing we need now is to grab this key over here. But to do that, we have to open up the door first. And so, there we go. You can put it away faster by pressing B, which is good to know. Anyway, we're going to jump down here. And I'm going to run a little bit, because I don't really run that often, so... And now we're going to go over this way. The reason I decided to throw this out here instead of further down is because it would have made me stay in water, as you can see here. It raises the water level so that you can get back. And it kind of fills in this area too, so if I go up on this higher ground, I won't have any trouble walking. That's the only reason. Anyway, here we're going to do a puzzle. It's very difficult. I finished the puzzle. I'm really good at this game. Anyway, that's not actually the puzzle. That's just the puzzle to open up the door. The puzzle is actually this block right here. We gotta push it down. And then we push it all the way to the end here. And then we push it over to the right 7 times. I believe that was 7. I probably miscounted. Okay. We can just barely get that, which is nice. And here we get another key. I don't know why they make it so tedious to grab these keys, but now we just go back. Yep, there we go. We're gonna say hello to our spider friend because he doesn't actually do us any harm here. So we let him live because, you know, he's just hanging out. Anyway, now that we did that, we go around some more. He's gonna cause me problems, isn't he? They're gonna do some damage to me, but I'm not gonna care. This guy's gonna cause me problems too. Alright, dude. What are you doing? How are you doing that? I forgot these guys are stronger, so I'll have to do a final strike. Anyway, there's a trick that allows you to do this in just 2 uses, but I missed, so that's unfortunate. I might even have to do 4 if I'm unlucky. Anyway, the last one, you go a little bit over here, and you gotta kind of... There we go. And so we're gonna go over this way. We're gonna be locked in this room because there's an enemy we'll have to face that a lot of people have difficulty with, but I'm not going to because it's just that easy. Now we just open up the door. We're gonna get ourselves a Skyward strike real quick. And kill him, because he's in my way. We're gonna chop down the spider. We're gonna activate this, because once again we will be revisiting this temple in the future. We're gonna shoot this guy. And then we're going to use this time while he's waiting for him to be undizzy to knock those down as well. And we're obviously going to knock him over. I'm actually really bad at balancing. There's a chest with 20 rupees to the left, but I don't care about money right now, so I'm just going to ignore it. Come on, Mike. There we go. And this is really tedious, but we need to do this because of obvious reasons. I'm gonna miss the vine because I'm bad at the video game, but it's okay because it automatically lines us up perfectly for actually grabbing the vine. Now, normally you could just keep swinging and make this, but I'd have to be pretty lucky because I'm bad at this game. And I'm gonna be extra careful to grab it. There we go. And as you can see, this is where the treasure chest is that holds the boss key. And now we have to go up this way. And we have to do this tight-roping section. Perhaps I'll do better with balancing this time. Oh yeah, that was way better. Alright, and now we're gonna fight the boss. There we go. As you can hear, I'm spamming the minus button to skip this cutscene, because it makes me uncomfortable. As we can see, it's everyone's favorite flamboyant demon lord. Now the trick is to just spam up strikes while holding up to start with. Now this guy can actually steal your sword, which is funny, but since I want to go fast, I'm not going to. As you can see, he's licking his lips at me, which is awkward. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not even gonna move. The reason why I'm doing Skyward Strike spin attacks is because they're more powerful, so it'll go slightly quicker. As you can see, he's dead now. He's going to talk about how we're going to get Rex later or something, and I just don't care. We're going to get a new heart container. Since it's right here, I might as well grab it anyway. Which is also an unfortunately not a skippable cutscene. So that's fun. Anyway, I picked that up with my face, which is interesting, but whatever. And now we just do this little part right here. There we go. Which will give us a skippable cutscene. And we're going to skip it, obviously, because it's annoying. Now we have to go back to the sky anyway, but first we'll just leave the dungeon. Which it conveniently just teleports us outside. Which is nice. We're going to see this guy again. Since I can't read this fast, I'm going to say, "Who are you?" And presumably he's going to run off to cry because I don't remember him. I don't know. Anyway, now we're going to see if we can grab... There we go. There is one this time. There we go. And we only need one of these guys, so here we go. Now we're going to check our time, which is convenient because that's the only use Fee has. I did not read that, oh well. Anyway, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed.